Welcome back to another episode of Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
My name's Rod.
And today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. Rod, do you want to tell us what you think about the game?
Well, first of all, you can just take a look at yourself. They are fantastic pieces. The models are just, they're the greatest. I mean, I know that they're hard to get, for one thing, because they've sold so many of them. But they are just fantastic pieces. I mean, that Millennium Falcon is just, if I didn't like the game at all, I would buy it just for the pieces. And I would buy as many pieces as possible just to build our game around it. So it is a the miniatures are fantastic.
And that's what we've come to expect from Fantasy Flight, is just high quality components.
Exactly.
That are a good value for the money that you pay for them. And they, for the most part, I don't know if they really hold up too well. That might be.
Yeah. I guess the thing that price-wise, they are a little expensive. If you're gonna get into this game and you want to have some big battles, it's going to cost you a little bit, and there's going to be a little bit of money involved with that. If you buy it online or buy it from Barnes & Noble, something like that, it's going to cost you a little bit. So that's the one thing that's a little bit of a disadvantage. But again, to buy models that look like this and to paint them and spend a lot amount of time, you'd probably be looking at close to the same price. You probably wouldn't be as happy with your paint job than what they did.
Oh, definitely. They do a great job with just the colors, and the quality of it, I think, is incredible.
And we've enjoyed every model that they brought out that I've seen. There's only one thing, and I normally don't like to hit a negative this soon, but because we are talking about the miniatures themselves, the X-Wings are delicate and extremely delicate. Mm-hmm. So you have to be very, very careful with them when playing. So I know that most time when I'm playing, little hands or hands I don't trust, usually I don't make the move actually for them if they're flying one of the X-Wings, so they don't break it.
Yeah. And I know that some of the critique has been, that they've come out with some newer models recently. I know at Gen Con they talked a lot about new ones that are coming out, and the biggest critique was how expensive they were to buy some of the bigger ships. And I know that they have plans to continue to bring more and more out. And so you're right. I think if you're going to want to keep up with this, you're going to be spending a lot of money to have the newest and the greatest. But it's a great game.
It is Star Wars, and I don't know about you, but I just love Star Wars, and I've been growing up on it, so it's awesome. Now the game itself, it plays, reminds me a lot like Wings of Glory, those type of games. If you're familiar with those, it'll be very similar to. The game has different tiles that basically go, you can see it right here, so you have different pilots. And they'll have that for all the ships, even like the Millennium Falcon. You have Chewbacca flying it, Han Solo, whoever else they have. I think there's like 4 or 5 different pilots that can actually pilot it, which gives it different abilities and that type of thing. What you do is you have these little cardboard pieces, and you have these little pieces right here. And what these pieces are for is that everyone decides their move that they're going to do ahead of time, and then they'll put it next to their piece. And after all the pieces have go ahead and done their hidden movements, basically what that is, they'll then we'll reveal what we have, and we'll go in order. We'll move the pieces, and so for instance, if this is a 3 and it's a sharp turn, you'd use this piece. You'd put it at the front of the ship, and then so the Millennium Falcon would be over here on top of the X-Wing, basically, which would mean that it was hitting it. But that's basically how the movement works, and that's each round. And then, of course, you're able to shoot, and that's when you're rolling dice, and you find out if you hit them or don't hit them, that type of thing. And you have defenses also.
Yeah, and one of the things that I liked about the game were these pre-laid out pieces. So you could, in your mind, you might know where you're going to end up, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. And so you think, okay, I'm going to turn here, and then I'll be able to shoot this direction. And so sometimes, at least for me, sometimes my geometry wasn't perfect. And so I might think, oh, I'm going to be able to turn this way and get them. And instead of doing a sharp right turn, I should have done a slight turn.
The game, again, is just, it's just a great game. I thoroughly enjoy it. Anyone who's a Star Wars fan will enjoy it. There's no game board. What you'd be playing on is just like maybe what we got right here, and you'd just be playing on top of that, and you move your pieces. So for some people, they're not used to that type of gaming. This is what they call a miniature game rather than a board game. And this is just a fantastic game great license, great company, Fantasy Flight, making it. Really, they just really hit the ball out of the ballpark. It's a fantastic job.
Yeah. And later on, we might come back. They did license this, I don't know what you call it, the game mechanic or how the game plays to another company that developed the same style game for Star Trek. So maybe you're not in Star Wars, but you're a Star Trek guy. Then there's also Star Trek Attack Wing, I believe is the name. And so you might, if you're interested in that, I would recommend that as well without even having played it, just simply because it's the same game mechanic. And I have seen the miniatures for that game and they're phenomenal as well. So my wife has played this game. She enjoys it. I played this game with you guys at your house and your kids and enjoyed it. It's technically a 2-player game, but we've played it with more than 2 people. You know, one person controls this one and one controls another. So although it says for 2 players on the box, I think you can play it with more people and do it effectively. I highly recommend it. One of the things that I did like is that the game comes with different missions basically that you can fly.
Right.
And so I like that extended gameplay. Instead of just having one X-Wing against 2 TIE fighters, you can play different ways and different things, avoid the asteroids, get the ship from here to there, different things. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
We didn't go over this much, but the instructions are well done. Again, I just cannot praise Fantasy Flight enough. Their instructions are laid out very, very well. Graphics are fantastic, and just very happy with the product.
Yeah, and I thought just on a side note, I thought that the firing mechanic of just the dice rolling, and you get a defense die, and they get attack die. I just thought that was easy to understand. It didn't take a long time to figure out that mechanic. You know, you roll, they roll, add it up, and see who gets hit or who misses. And
right.
So I thought that was a great feature.
Right. So we definitely love the game.
Love it. Check it out online and see if it's for you.
All right. See you guys next time.